Hey there, and welcome back to week 2 here in our Social Work 501 Human Behavior and the Social Environment class here at Widener. I hope that you had a fantastic weekend. I've really enjoyed watching your icebreaker and introductory videos, and I love how you're engaging with each other in a really supportive way here in our online platform. So this week we're going to shift gears a little bit and talk about the person and environment perspective and the interaction and the social context specifically of the family. Now, before we take a deep dive into this, I want to let you know that we've got a very diverse and wonderful group this semester. We have some people that are coming right out of a bachelor's degree program that don't have any experience or may have very little experience working with people in a human services or education type of a context. And then we have other people that have pretty significant histories, long histories with regard to working in the human services field. So sometimes students can feel like, oh my goodness, I don't have enough experience to be doing this, or other people are way ahead of me. I want you to know that everybody is in the right place, the place where you're supposed to be, and we're here all learning together. There's nobody that's in this class yet who has a master's degree in social work. So we all can learn from each other and the very diverse experiences that we've had. So all that said, the first thing that I'd love for you to do this week is to click on our learning resources. That is the objectives, the readings, and the media for this week. So you've got some readings here in our Rogers text, specifically chapters 2 and chapters 4. You also have some great readings here from chapters 1 and 3 in our Tomlinson text, as well as these genogram, ecomap, and culturalgram resources here. So I strongly encourage you to take a deep dive into these genogram, ecomap, and culturalgram resources here. So these are pretty in-depth clinical tools that we use. So I realize that our class goes at a very rapid pace. Again, we're here together for 7 weeks. So you want to remember that you have a lifetime of social work practice ahead of you to really fine-tune your skills in terms of utilizing and practicing these clinical tools with clients and family systems. So this is really just giving you an experience to really dip your toe in the water and begin to understand the concept. So again, I'm not expecting you to be an expert here yet, but I'm here if you have questions about how to formulate your own genogram, which you're going to be doing this week on our discussion board. But I encourage you to really take some time with these resources here this week. There's also a great podcast here that talks all about these visual assessment tools. And again, I encourage you to watch these 3 videos, which will give you a great preparation and groundwork for the discussion board postings this week. So after you carefully peruse all of the learning resources, the first thing that you want to do is to go to week 2 discussion board post, the genogram activity. So this activity and forum is going to walk you through creating a genogram based on a member of the Sanchez family in the Mi Familia movie and processing the experience. So I'd like you to complete each of the following steps below. So step 1, you're going to watch Mi Familia. Step 2, you're going to go through each of the following resources. You're going to go through that guidelines resource. So this resource contains additional guidelines for creating genograms, ecomaps, and culturalgrams, and it has wonderful step-by-step instructions as well as examples. I also encourage you to click on this link entitled Genogram Symbols. That'll be really helpful in terms of helping you construct your own genogram. And the Rogers text has a fantastic example of both a genogram and an ecomap. So step number 3, you're asked to draw a genogram with at least 2 generations represented based on a member of the Sanchez family of your choice from the movie. I encourage you to make sure that you choose a family member that you're given substantial information about in the movie. So highlight any patterns that may show up across and among generations, and you may use a computer program to draw the genogram, or you can simply draw it by hand and take a picture of it and then upload that to the system. I don't have any preference as long as it's clear, legible, and really reflects your ability to be able to construct a genogram based on what you've learned so far this week. So step 4, for your initial posting, you're going to complete all of the following parts. Number 1, you're going to upload the genogram as an attachment to your initial post. Number 2, you're going to discuss how the family history, the culture, and the context affects the Sanchez family member that you chose. So please use specific information and examples from the movie. And thirdly, in addition, you're going to describe any issues that you encountered. Did you find this process easy or difficult? What did you learn that surprised you? And how could this type of activity help a client? So for the response post, you're going to follow up with at least one classmate, preferably a classmate who doesn't yet have any responses. Your initial post is due on Thursday, and your follow-up response is due between Friday and Sunday. So I realize that it's a lot of work, again, to complete in a short week. But you want to remember, I didn't create these particular due dates for this course. So these are consistently run across all sections of the course here at Widener. So I know it's a lot of work, but I do have to uphold these deadlines. So please reach out to me via email. If you're struggling to meet deadlines in the course, I'm happy to give you some time management sort of strategies that you may find helpful. So for your second discussion board posting, you're going to do a check-in with regard to your older adult interview. So on this discussion board post, you're going to begin by checking in with regard to your older adult interview. So who is your interviewee? Please tell us why you selected that person. Have you spoken with your interviewee and gotten verbal agreement to participate? When will the interview actually take place? Do you anticipate any problems or barriers to completing the interview? If so, what are they? So this is not a formal discussion forum. You're not required to respond to peers, but I absolutely encourage you to feel free to offer advice and suggestions to your colleagues. I also want to offer you a gentle reminder that we want to make sure that we're upholding confidentiality, so you're not actually sharing the real name of the older adult that you're going to be interviewing for the project. So now for your final assignment for week 2, you're invited to take this week 2 concept quiz here, which you can access simply by navigating on the icon here entitled Week 2 Concept Quiz. The Week 2 Concept Quiz is due by Sunday, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I hope that you have a peaceful and fantastic week, and I look forward to connecting with you here live in the platform.